UFC Vancouver, DraftKings Cash Game Lineup Builder, Rainier DeRitter, Brendan Allen. That's your main event. We're going to talk about how to build your DraftKings lineup for your double ups, head to heads, those type of contests. I'll be talking tournaments tomorrow, so make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Full fight breakdowns, did those on Tuesday. Make sure and check that out. But for now, let's go ahead and let's dive into how we should be attacking this slate specifically. I actually think it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to skip over the main event in terms of do we stack, do we not stack? Because I think you have an even easier decision, and that is with these underdogs. So again, we want to be building floors, right? Who are the floor plays for this slate? Who's live to win? Who, even if they don't win, we're going to get 3 rounds of action. Real quick, Ravena Oliveira at 6,900. It's a super low-level fight between Oliveira and Stephanie Luciano. We pull up the odds here. This fight is minus 260 to go to decision. That is play number 1 in your cash lineup. Quick, easy, end of story. From there, you got also for super cheap, you can go down and you can get Jasmine Jasdavicius at 7,300. Jazzy J, she's plus 175. This fight is minus 350 to go to decision. And if Jasmine loses, it's because she could not get takedowns. And there's 3 rounds of striking from Fiorot. Both of these dogs, by the way, are live to win. Jasdavicius could get takedowns, could win the fight. I'm picking Fiorot, but minus 350, and her path to victory for Fiorot, I should say, great floor. Ravena Oliveira, Stephanie Luciano. I think the line is just too wide, and 6,900 for minus 260. It is real simple. That's 8,900 for 4 more fighters. I will say down in this cheap range, other live dogs or live cash game plays, I would consider, you can consider Brendan Allen, and we're going to talk about it again in a second. I also like Davy Grant to spring the upset here. Davy Grant, by the way, this fight is also favored to go to decision. Wanted to pull this number up. Davy Grant's plus 140 in the fight overall, minus 160 to go to decision. So not as safe of a floor as some of the others, but I am also picking Davy Grant to win straight up. So I really think it's Oliveira, Jasdavicius, Brendan Allen, Davy Grant. You can argue Marlon Vera as well. The problem here with Marlon Vera is that even if he wins, I don't know how big the upside is, even for cash games. And it's you get 7,700 is different than 69 and 73. I'll take the discount. I'll take the higher upside to go with the floor. So it's kind of that simple for your dogs. I think Oliveira and Jasdavicius are by far the 2 best dog plays on the card. They should be relatively chalky, but in cash games, I'm not too worried about that. Now, if I have 8,950 left over, I'm going to have to roster someone, at least one, not multiple, under this 8,900 range. Got Holland, Malat, Frivola, Lisboa, Zahavi, Gibson, Jourdain, DeRitter, and Fiorot technically, but I'm not going to roster Fiorot because I got Jasdavicius. For me, in this range, I really like Frivola in this fight, but it's a low floor, high upside situation. It's not super safe for cash games. I also like Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson is probably the one I feel the best about because I think he's going to grapple. And if he does lose, I don't think Arichi Long is going to put him out. But you have to start kind of balancing, okay, floor versus ceiling. If I get 5 fighters who win at 70 points, that still might not be enough against somebody. You get a mixed floor and upside. Cody Gibson, by the way, his fight is minus 150 to go to decision, but I think he has the grappling edge here. I'm leaning towards putting in Cody Gibson. That lets me get Park, Bakoyev, and then you got to start messing with Fiorot, DeRitter, Jourdain. I really do like Park and Bakoyev. I think Bakoyev is probably my favorite play on the board, though. So if you go Bakoyev, what else can you do up in this top range? I like Drew Dober. You get 8,700 here for, you play for Vola, you got 400 left over. So you kind of get left in this weird range after you put in Gibson and Bakoyev. I do think this is one way to go. You get Bakoyev, Gibson, plug in Drew Dober, and from here I probably do go Lisboa or Frivola. I would play Frivola. I think this is just fine. We have skipped over the main event here, and this leaves you $100 short on Rainier de Ritter. You can, if you would like, if you were to take out, I think you got to take out Gibson. So we got these two dogs. If you wanted to play three dogs and you wanted to stack the main event, 8,800, 7,400, and then you can see it puts you in a weird spot because Allen in this fight in the main event under 3.5 rounds is minus 140. It's not a stackable fight. Minus 260 for ends inside the distance. I think you're better off if you really like one side, play one side straight up. I'm going to tell you to avoid the stack. Either side you like in cash games, they're fine. 5 rounds. I lean towards de Ritter. I'm not sure how confident I am in the play. I want to be building a really solid floor. If you go Oliveira, Jasdevicius, and then play Dober, Park, and this is really, I think, the route to go. The two ladies, plug in the two favorites, and then start messing up here. You can go de Ritter and Frivola. If you don't like Gibson, I think that's fine. If you want to play more, if you're on the de Ritter side, I think it's Oliveira, Jasdevicius, Dober Bokoyev, de Ritter, and Frivola. And this is probably what I would consider my option A. If you do not like de Ritter and you want to land on the Allen side, because again, I'm not with the stack this week, I would probably take out, you don't need Ravena Oliveira then. Go Park. So I'm just playing around in the mid-range here. Then again, start messing around in the mid-range. Then actually you can get Gibson and Malott or Holland dependent on where you live in this mid-range. I think both of those are fine as well. Up in this top range, I don't play Luciano in cash. Don't play Barlow in cash. I don't like Fioro in cash either. I also don't like Jourdain. So those are kind of the pieces you're working with. And I think all those that we talked about are fine options. Again, to end on what I think my option one is going to be, because I'm on the de Ritter side in the main event, I want my two punts in Jasdevicius and Ravena Oliveira. Again, that's step one. Then I would go Dober and Bokoyev, de Ritter. And then I'm probably looking at Matt Frivola for the last one in terms of just reason the fight. The mid-range, that last pick, is where things get a little bit dicey. If you wanted to, one more option, if you don't like Dober against Prepelec and you wanted to get Cody Gibson, who I like, then you would go Gibson and probably Hyun-Sung Park is the other option here. So those are the options we got for, and how you should be thinking about your DraftKings cash game lineups. Again, get in Oliveira and Jasdevicius. Unless you're playing Brendan Allen, then I would probably take out Ravena Oliveira. That's what we got for DraftKings cash game lineup builder for UFC Vancouver. If you didn't already, do me a favor, hit that like button, share with your friends you want more picks, plays, access to the Domination Station Optimizer tool, which is where we're going to be building our lineups tomorrow. Make sure you sign up at DFS Army. Check that out. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.